discuss about what is the working on the project life cycle and what kind of project appraisal are there. So let's discuss about these are the content of today's lecture: project life cycle, project appraisal, like preparation of real-time project feasibility report containing, and the technical appraisal, what kind of technical appraisal are there, environmental appraisal, and last is the market appraisal. So including market survey for forecasting future demand and sales, what kind of futures demand are there and what are the sales are there, and the managerial appraisal. So these are the topics for today's lecture. So what is project life cycle? The project life cycle, basically it is the life cycle of the project which is starting to finish. So every project for from conception to completion passes through various phases of life cycle, synonyms to life cycle of living beings, just like our life cycle is starting to finish, born to death. So there is no universal consensus on the number of play phases in the project life cycle. An understanding of the life cycle is important to successful completion of the project, as it facilitates to understand the logical sequence of events in the continuum of progress from start to finish. So typical project consists of 4 phases. The first one is conceptualization. Conceptualization means what is the concept of your project. Next one is the planning. In the planning phase, how to deliver our concept to the implementation phase. Next is the execution, like the implementation phase, and last is termination, is the deployment. So each phases is marked by one or more deliverable, such as concept note, first one. Second one is feasibility report, implementation plan, HRD plan, resources allocation plan, and evaluation report, etc. So these are the some project life cycle phases included in these phases. So that is the schematic diagram of the project life cycle. First one is the project initiation. Then we have to define the project. Then we have to planning about project, how they are work, which person is the work, what are the SRS are there. So detailed planning. Then project execution is the implementation phase. Next, the execution time, that is monitoring and controlling, and then project close out. That is the and project implementation on review. So that is the basic fundamental idea of the project life cycle. Initially, the project is start, then define, then plan, then execute, then monitoring, then project termination or close out. So conceptualization phases starting with the seed of an idea. It cover identification of the product, oblique service, anything, if or the product or services. Pre-feasibility, feasibility studies, and appraisal and approval. The project idea is to conceptualize with initial consideration of all possible alternative for achieving the project objective. As the idea becomes established, a proposed is developed, setting out rational method, estimated cost, benefit, and other detail for appraisal of the stakeholders. After reaching a broad consensus on the proposal, the feasibility dimension are analyzed in the detail phase. Okay. Next to planning phase. So in this phase, the project structure is planned based on the project appraisal and approval. Detailed plan for activity, finance, and the resources are developed and integrated to the quality parameter. In the process, major tasks need to be performed in this phase are: identification of activities and their sequencing, first; time frame for execution, second; estimation and budgeting, staffing, and DPR. DPR is basically the detailed project report specifying various aspects of the project is finalized to facilitate execution in this phase. Okay. Next one is the execution phase. Execution phase, it means implementation phase. So this phase of the project witness the concentrated activities where the plans are put into operation and each activity is monitored, controlled and coordinated to achieve project objectives. So important activities in this phase are communicating with stakeholder, reviewing progress, monitoring cost and time, controlling quality and the managing changes. So these are the some steps are there. Last is the termination phase. So this phase marks the completion of the project wherein the agreed delivered are installed and project is put into the operation with arrangement for follow up and the evaluation. Next one is the life cycle path. So life cycle path of a project from start to completion follows either a S-shaped path or J-shaped path. Figure 2 and 3 we are showing here. S-shaped path, the progress is slow at the starting and terminal phase and is fast in the implementation phase. For example, implementation watershed project. At the beginning, details sectoral planning and coordination among various implementing agencies like make progress slow, and similarly toward termination, creating institutional arrangement for transfer and maintenance of the assets to the stakeholder progress slowly. Like this. This is the S shape, slow start, quick momentum and slow finish. Okay. Second one is J type cycle path. The progress is beginning slow. As the time move on, the progress of the project improve at fast rate. So example, in a developing an energy plantation. In this, the land preparation progress slowly, and as soon as the land and seeding are transplantation undertaken. Like this. This is J shape. Okay. So starting is very slow, but finishing is very fast. Next is project feasibility report. In the project feasibility report, we identified how the project is feasible. So prior to the project commencement, conducting a feasibility report is paramount. During the analysis, a detailed study, or we can say that a DPR, is conducted evaluating the project feasibility from all angles such as its technical, economical, political, ecological, environmental. Over's figure achieved all these various analyses justify through this report the need of initiating the project, which in itself is key to building a detailed project report to access various strength and weakness, risk expect and their mitigation. This help as investor make suitable decision. Project feasibility report is a documented output of all these studies summarized to establish whether the project is technically feasible or economy viable. Feasibility study conducted by an investment company focus on product demand, market situation, production capacity, cost revenue, financial organization structure of the company and return on investment projection. The report also highlight the risk involved and offer fair comparison between suitable investment proposal. A well-framed project feasibility report quickens the process of obtaining consensus from all stakeholders involved, speed up negotiation with parties, help government bodies, fast track issuance of the license, subsidies and incentive. This study basically constitutes a corrective measure prior to any financial, any resources or time commitment made. So project feasibility report is not as same as a detailed project report, but is definitely is unavoidable component of it. The next topic is the project appraisal. So the project appraisal is the process of critical examination and analysis of the proposal in totality. After this DPR, the project appraisal is come out. Okay. So the appraisal goes behind the analysis presented in the feasibility report. At this stage, if required completion of additional information and further analysis of project dimension are undertaken. At the end of the process, an appraisal note is prepared for facilitating decision on the project implementation. So, what types of project appraisal? There are the different type of project appraisal are there. To take a decision on the investment with long-term effect, during this appraisal stage, measurement of the cost and benefit are difficult as these are spread over a long term with high degree of uncertainty. So these are the types of project appraisal. Technical appraisal, it is basically working on the technical aspect. Social appraisal, it is working on the socially related legal, commercial, institutional, financial or economy. So in these parameters, we have to find out the total project appraisal. How the socially are fit, how economically are fit, how financially are fit, how institutional are fit, how commercially are fit, how legal are fit. So these are the different parameters we have to use. So first one is the technical appraisal. So it determines whether the technical parameter are soundly conceived, realistic and technically feasible. Technical feasibility analysis is the systematic gathering and analysis of the data pertaining to the technical input required and formation of conclusion therefore. The availability of the raw material, equipment, hard software, power, sanitary and sewerage service, transportation facility, skilled manpower, engineering facilities, maintenance, local people, depending on the type of the project are coming under technical analysis. The feasibility analysis is very important since its significance lies in planning and exercise, documentation process, risk minimization process and to get approval. So these are the some checklist for the technical appraisal. Physical scale, technology used, type of equipment, sustainability condition, how realistic is the implementation schedule, labor, cost estimation of the engineering data, escalation or taken out care of for procurement agreement, cost of operation maintenance, necessary raw material inputs, and potential impact of project on human and physical environment. Second one is the financial appraisal. To determine whether the financial cost and returns are properly estimated and whether the project is financially viable, following minimum details are determined in the financial appraisal. Total cost, operational expenditure, opportunity cost, other cost, return on investment, NPV, net profit value, CBR and IRR. Next is institutional appraisal. To determine whether the implementation agencies as identified in the report are capable of effective implementation, monitoring and evaluation of the scheme. Managerial competence, integrity, knowledge of the project. The promoter should have the knowledge and ability to plan, implement and operate the entire project effectively. The past report of the promoter to be appraised to clarify their ability in handling the project checklist. Whether the entity is properly organized to the job, strength to use capability and take initiative to reach the objective, openness to new ideas and willingness to adopt a long-term approach to extend over different projects. Commercial appraisal, the demand and scope of the project among beneficiary, customer friendly process and preference, future demand of the supply, effectiveness of the selling arrangement, latest information availability on all area government content measure, etc. The appraisal involves the assessment of the current demand market scenario which enable the project to get adequate demand. Estimation, distribution and advertisement scenarios also be here considered into. Environmental appraisal, to see in any detrimental environment appraisal, impacts and how to minimize the impacts. So environmental appraisal concern with the impact of environment on the project. So the factor include the water pollution, air pollution, land acquisition, sound pollution, geographic location, etc. etc. So this is the for the environmental appraisal. Next is economic appraisal. Economic appraisal means how far the project contribute to the development of the sector. Just like if you are open a factory, so how this factory is working with this economy. Industrial development, social development, maximize the growth of employment, etc. etc. are kept in this view while evaluating the economic feasibility of the project. Legal appraisal means it is fit for the legal purpose. So to determine whether the project satisfy the legal issue related to the land acquisition, legally the land is free, legally the all labors rules are follow, all the rules are follow according to the law. So title, deed, environmental clearance, etc. is in this legal appraisal. Next is the market appraisal. Market appraisal is basically focusing on demand projection, adequacy of marketing infrastructure, and competency of the key marketing personnel. So basically in this market appraisal, we are working on to what kind of demand of this project. If you want to open a factory regarding the pharmacy, regarding the medicine, so that is the very much demanded right now, that is medicine demands. So this is very fulfill for the all the commercial purpose. Okay, so marketing infrastructure and competence to the key marketing personnel. Next is the managerial appraisal. So in this managerial appraisal, focus on promoters, organization structure, managerial person, and the HR management. So in this, basically working on the how the management are going on that particular project. Promoters, what kind of promoters benefits, what are the organization structure, what is the managerial personnel, and so on. Okay, so these are the project appraisal are there. So what is market appraisal? Market appraisal basically demand analysis. In demand analysis, market potential of a product or service in the estimated maximum total sales revenues of all supplies of the product or service in a market during a certain period. Next one is the estimation of demand alone is not sufficient. Other marketing aspect such as proper pricing, distribution, advertising issues are also essential to access the market. Since the inspection of project planning, estimated demand supply gap has been techniques for the estimating market potential. The process starts with estimating demand in future and then comparing the same with present supplies and prospective new suppliers. A positive demand supply gap favors the market potential and the vice versa. Demand forecasting techniques, there are a lot of demand forecasting techniques are there, various quantitative and qualitative methods used for the forecasting in different situations like this. Qualitative, what kind of qualities are going, that is jury opinion, Delphi. Statistical, weighted moving, moving average, regression, exponential smoothing, and the others are lead lag analysis, survey, and the chain ratio. These are the some demand forecasting technique we can to find out the what kind of demands are there. Jury, basically it is method of combining view of several executive regarding for the forecast. The general practice to bring together top executive from various field of management, finance, human, HR, marketing, purchases, and production. They provide information about their experience and opinion to project planning. Jury opinion is simple and commonly used monthly, is just less time consuming. Delphi is drawing upon the group expertise by getting individual submission without the drawback of face-to-face meeting. It is a systematic and interactive, though no direct interaction is involved, forecasting method which is based on the outcome of response of the panel of experts. The convener of the process prepare a questionnaires just like the feedback form and mail it to the various experts. So based on the preliminary response, a secondary questionnaire is prepared and resent to the expert. It sometimes may require more than 1 and 2 rounds for the questionnaire. So after each round, moderator provides summary of the expert forecast from the previous round as well as the reason they provided to the judgment. This encourages participant expert to revise their earlier responses. Finally, the expert converts in their opinion without any direct interaction. So these are the some statistical techniques. Moving average, simple moving average method use simple mean of last few time interval to forecast future demand. The number of time interval generally varies from 3 to 5. Weighted moving average method, weighted average is any average that has multiply factor to give different weights to different data point, but in technical analysis, a weighted moving average has the specific meaning of weights which decrease arithmetically. Exponential smoothing, like to exponential path, refer to a particular type of moving average technique applied to time series data either to produce smooth data for presentation or to make forecast. The time series data themselves are a sequence of observation. So the simplest form of exponential smoothing is given by the formula ft plus 1 equals to ft plus alpha e. Next year forecast ft plus for the next year, FT is the current year forecast and the alpha is the smoothing factor, and the smooth FT is simpler weighted average of the latest observation. DT and the previous smooth static is FT minus 1. Alpha, the value of alpha is 0 to 1 and E is equals to DT minus FT. DT is the latest observation or FT is the previous smooth statics. Regression method, like the regression form, involve determining the trend of consumption based on the past consumption and project future consumption. By extrapolating this trend, linear relationship D is equals to A plus BT. D is equals to demand, T for the year, A and B is the constant. We already know that. Regression is the most commonly used technique for forecasting demand in project planning, as it provides demand forecast many years to come. The earlier method are generally applied in operational management, whereas this method is significantly useful for project management due to its longer time horizon. So these are the some references using in this PPT, and you can follow on these references. So thank you very much. If you have any query, just ask my mail ID guptapradeep@ac.in. Thank you.